right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Unwanted Comedians podcast with your host, Smiley G. And,
Joseph R. Simon.
yes, very good, Joseph R. Simon, the one and only. Guys, listen, this is a critical podcast because we're going to talk about election stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's important. And I know that Joseph, he feels the same way. Joseph, what do you think?
I think it's important, but we're out of time, so we'll see you next time.
Oh,
No,
my
no, no,
God.
no, no, no. But,
Joseph, I really want to, since we're a comedian podcast,
right.
can you talk about Kill Tony and talk about what he did? Tony Hinchcliffe or whatever, what is his name?
Your guess is as
Tony
good as
H.
mine.
Hinchcliffe or whatever his, I'm sorry, I'm not really saying his name right, but Tony in Austin, Texas, he has this, he became famous for being a comedian that does roasts under Joe Rogan.
Okay.
And so everyone's been, in the comedy scene lately has been talking about, hey, you got to go to Austin, Texas. That's where the comedy scene is. You know, people know New York, people know Hollywood, people know Fresno.
Yeah, people that know Fresno avoid it.
But Austin has been blowing up they call it the comedy mothership. Okay. And Tony, he's been doing a lot of stuff
that
out
I
there.
know he's phenomenal.
So he's pretty famous, right?
Right. Unlike us.
He was invited, or someone got him to do the Republican convention in Madison Square Garden. He opened up, okay, after the national anthem. He opened up in the morning, and he started just laying out jokes that, in his comedy scene, are perfect, right? They're raw, they're crude, they're somewhat racist, and they're funny, right? People like it.
Yeah.
That's what a comedy club does. He started telling these jokes on national stage, and he didn't get the right response he wanted. Now,
is that the Puerto Rican thing?
Okay, yes.
Oh, okay.
So, but one of his jokes, he said it was, "Oh, who's that black guy out in the audience with that big hat on?" Of course, he's making it someone. That's a setup, right?
Right.
It could be any black guy with any hat on, right?
Right.
He already had it planned, right? This joke.
Yeah.
This is what he said. He goes, "Oh, who's that black guy? That's a crazy hat." And people drew some attention to it.
Abraham Lincoln.
Then it was kind of funny. And then he goes, "Oh no, that's just my friend. Yeah, no, we were hanging out last night. You know, for Halloween, carving watermelons and everything." So he said that, carving watermelons for a black guy.
Oh, okay.
So you could say that's a racist joke, right? Not a big deal. People just kept on going with it. But here's the thing where he really fucked up. And he had other few jokes too. He talked about Mexicans. He goes, "How many Mexicans are here? You know, man, these Mexicans are all over the place." And people sort of clapping. And then he's like, "You see, they're everywhere." And then he said, "These Mexicans, they love to make babies. They love to have babies." So he's talking about that.
Evidence of that.
Right? Okay, so I have a lot of kids. But here's where, so he had other kind of jokes that were kind of fucked up. Normal, okay, ha ha ha, funny. Especially his crowd is white racist. If you think about the Trump crowd, so they're white nationalists. Let's just say that.
No, they're not. You know that's not true.
I'm not saying they're all racist, but I'm saying they're white nationalists.
Oh, you know that's not true.
Yeah. White nationalists meaning that these white people who are at the Trump rally, they want America first, right? Anti-immigration, a lot of things.
No. Anti-illegal immigration.
Sure.
You have to use that word illegal.
Okay,
You can't just say immigration.
Okay,
They want the process.
Sure. Anti-illegal immigration.
Right.
Okay. So, and they're white. When I say white, they're mostly white, and that's not bad.
That's not entirely true, too. A lot of Hispanics don't want the illegal immigration.
Yeah, but Hispanics can also be white.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm saying if you were to look outside in the crowd, it'd be a lot of white faces. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't see that, but
I'm saying
maybe you're colorblind.
I'm saying there's more white faces supporting Donald Trump, whether they're Hispanic or whatever. They're white.
Aren't there more white faces supporting Kamala?
No.
Yeah, there are.
I don't think so, unless
I
you're
think so.
saying that Kamala has more voters than Donald Trump.
I don't think she has that many. Well, we don't know what color the dead people are, so that's different.
Well, you can figure it out. But see,
We'll
but
have to have a
in the
seance to
Latino
find out.
world, white there's white Latinos that look down on brown Latinos, right?
Yeah, that I understand.
So there's a lot of white people that support Donald Trump for whatever reason. Okay, sure, there are a lot of whites that support Kamala Harris, but I would say that white people might feel threatened by Kamala Harris, and they feel like, hey, we need Donald Trump to win this thing.
I think with Kamala's policies, everybody should be threatened.
Yeah, Kamala Harris, in my opinion, her policies, well, they're like no policies. They don't exist.
Well, they're the ones that she does when somebody tells her what to do. That's my opinion.
In my opinion, she doesn't really have policies.
Right.
So this is stupid to even ask what are her fucking policies because
Because she doesn't know
she
yet.
doesn't have
Yeah,
policies.
she doesn't know. She doesn't
So
know
she
what her
just
policies
she
are.
just, this just fell on her fucking lap. Like Biden should be running right now.
Right.
So this is really fucked up. So anyway, back to Donald Trump. I think his followers are mostly I say a big percentage are white. Big deal. Doesn't matter. What I'm saying though is that
Most of the country is white.
okay, so there you go,
so,
right?
so that's why I'm saying
Sure.
Kamala's followers are going to be white too.
Sure, but I'm saying that I think that the people who are voting for Trump, a lot of them are looking at him as being the white savior for our country. So what I'm saying is that okay,
That's orange.
so we have a dichotomy here. We have vote for Kamala, the black
The fake black person.
the black woman, which I mean, you want to talk about blackness, we can talk about it, but
She has zero blackness.
she's
about
from
as,
West India. Okay, she's what Jamaican. I mean,
she's about as black as Elizabeth Warren is Indian.
well, she may be more black than Elizabeth Warren being Indian, but I get the point. So
Point
and
zero
she
zero
and the thing is,
0%.
Kamala grew up very privileged. If she's trying to make a point like she's one of the historical, black descendants of
Well,
slavery in America,
she
she's
claims-
not.
She claims to be middle class, and one look at her, you could tell she's low class.
She grew but she grew up privileged. She didn't grow up
Oh, yeah.
poor. She didn't grow up in a
Definitely.
Skid Row, nothing like that. But of course, in America, being black and being poor coming out of nowhere is like a come up. So I mean, she can ride on that wave, and if people are going to vote for her because she's black and only because she's black, I see that as racist. Now, people might say, well, it can't be racist because she's not an powerful, social change. She can So there's this idea that you can't be racist if you're a black person because the ideology of racism means that you have to come from a position of superiority or being what's the word impoverished or subjugated, like hegemony. So what I mean is that in this country, racism is defined as a suppression system of white against black. So black people can say, I can't be racist. But what I'm saying is that if you're voting for Kamala Harris just because she's a black woman, that's to me is racist or very racial. It's stupid. You shouldn't vote for someone just because of their color or their skin, right?
All right, that's the same thing if you're voting her because she's a woman.
Thank you.
It's no different.
Right. If you're voting for her, so I knew someone that said, "Oh, I'm going to let that black woman get voted in and make her own decisions and make her own." I'm like, "Wait, you're voting for her because she's a black woman?"
We've already had disaster under a black president that was named Obama. So, yeah. So we did have, we've had that situation with Obama.
So
Voted for him for black, and
we
look
can't
at, we have the
just
same
vote
situation.
for people because of I'm team black, I'm team lesbian, I'm team Asian.
You know what? All of those could be fine if they had the right policy.
Right.
So
But if you're only voting for them for that, fuck you.
maybe you shouldn't be voting.
Thank you.
But that's what we call. We want fully informed voters. And if you ask somebody that's supporting Kamala, they probably can't tell you what her policies are that they like. They might be able to bring up.
She doesn't have any fucking
They might be
policies,
able to bring
man.
up an abortion issue and then screw themselves and everything else.
She doesn't have any policy issues. All right, talk to me about Donald Trump. Why do you support Donald Trump?
Well, I mean, it's obvious his policies. Look at all the issues. It's not just one single issue. You got the economy, you got the illegal immigration, you got the forever wars, you got his good sense of humor, and he'll be good for comedy too. We'll have a lot of jokes and a lot of fun with. Just think about Donald Trump with the garbage truck, the McDonald's.
Sure.
You know what he did? The bigger picture is what he did on that is he showed he's a human. He showed he's like the average, ordinary person with $1 billion. And that's not something you would expect from a billionaire.
Working at McDonald's.
Working at McDonald's, getting in the garbage truck, having the sense of humor. He's like an outsider. He's not like a politician. Kamala's coming straight as a politician.
Did she ever work at McDonald's anyway?
McDonald's says no, but I don't know. They probably don't count you sleeping with Ronald McDonald being an employee.
You think she slept her way up to the White House?
Everybody knows that.
What do you mean?
It's known. It's known that she got her start in politics by sleeping her way, and she really has no accomplishments. Even though she tries to say she has them, there's been evidence showing that even when she was, Attorney General? Where was she in California? Attorney General? They said they can't find paperwork with her name on it. Oh, this thing here screwed me around. Why don't I just move it this way so I could be comfortable? But, down to? There we go. Oh, we're out of time. No, we're not. These people aren't showing up. They're supposed to. We had technical difficulties today. That's why we started late. So now you want it up. Maybe it's not.
You have it good. I just want you to have it right there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You want it right there.
So you think that Kamala Harris slept her way up to the White House?
I think a lot of people believe that.
Do you think that she fucked Joe Biden?
No, Joe Biden's a pedophile, so he's with the kids. So
Gotcha. Yeah. So do you think now? I'm a libertarian, as you probably know that already.
Okay.
So I did not vote for Kamala Harris, and I didn't vote.
Nobody voted for her.
Well, millions in California have.
No, they haven't. They voted for Joe Biden in the primary. Oh, you're talking about.
I already voted.
You're talking about in the Senate. Oh, you voted for. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I already sent in my vote. I'm already voted.
Okay.
So I did not vote for Kamala Harris.
Okay.
Is my hair messed up? Oh my gosh.
Are you allowed to say who you voted for?
And I did not vote for Donald Trump.
I figured you didn't, and you probably voted for a libertarian. That's going to be worse.
I'm a libertarian, and I voted for the one guy that actually. I am a libertarian, but I did not vote for my Libertarian Party guy, and he would have gotten only
But he's not good. I don't. Libertarians have good ideas, but this candidate, I don't.
Well, look we in the United States live in a two-party system. So when you get out of the two parties, Republican or Democrat, and you say I don't like them, I'm gonna vote for someone else. Basically, what you're saying is, I'm gonna lose. There's no way for our third-party candidates to win right now. They don't. So when I casted my vote for an alternate third party.
And you don't remember the name.
I'll tell you who I voted for. So I was going to vote for my guy, my libertarian candidate. His name is Chase Oliver.
Okay.
He's a white gay guy, like in his 30s or early 40s.
Well, it has to be because it's certain age requirements.
And he there's no way he's gonna win, right?
No,
but
even Jill Stein's gonna get more.
So he's the
him.
libertarian candidate, and I'm a libertarian. And if you don't know what libertarian means, it
means you like pot.
it means that I'm like a Republican and Democrat extreme on both ends, but somehow it meets in the middle. Libertarians believe in freedom from government, freedom from you know, obligations, taxes. We believe people can make their own decisions and be free, and we believe, to decriminalize things. So it could be a good world, if everyone gets treated equally. I did not vote for Chase Oliver though, but he would have been a great one to vote for. I voted for Jill Stein.
Oh, you did vote
I
for
did.
GSM.
Green
Okay.
Party. The reason why I voted for Jill Stein because I really followed her podcast, and Jill talked very strongly against who? Who do you think? Kamala Harris, her group.
Well, that's easy to talk against.
So you would think that Jill Stein would be arch enemy against Donald Trump. No, her main enemies were the fucking Democratic Party trying to because they understand this. Jill Stein, everyone that votes for Jill Stein, like me, is only going to hurt one candidate. It's not going to hurt Donald Trump.
No, because they weren't. They probably don't even know who she is. Well, maybe they do.
Everyone voted for Jill Stein is going to hurt Kamala Harris because Kamala Harris needs every one of their votes. And guess what? She didn't get my vote. And the main reason why she didn't get my vote is not because she doesn't know what she's doing, not because, she's fake.
Bait and switch.
Not because of bait and switch, not because she's half black or whatever she is. She didn't get my vote because she's a warmonger, just like Donald Trump when it comes to Israel and Palestine. Right now, look at the Palestinians were better off with Trump for 4 years than they have been in 1 year of Kamala Harris. Now, maybe it's not her fault. Maybe it's just, well, I inherited this, and the Israelis, I have to agree with it. But guess what? Fuck you. We're killing tens and tens and tens and tens and thousands of kids in Palestine. And to me, it's like Donald Trump did better than Kamala.
Oh yeah, and Donald Trump said he's going to fix the problem right away. Kamala's not going to do anything. They're just going to leave
There's
the
too
war
much
going.
bloodshed. So to be honest with you, Joseph, if there wasn't a war in Israel, which is not really a war, it's a slaughter, because Israel is just fucking slaughtering the Palestinians out there who are in sandals and they got rocks. Okay, but if it wasn't for that, I might probably vote for Kamala, even though I don't agree with her policies. What policies? I don't agree with her history. What history? I don't agree. All those things. It's like a C minus average. But what gives me an F is like the way you're treating the funding Israel. I can't go with that.
Okay, so if Trump wins, we'll just charge you $2 extra a gallon for gas. You
If
could
Trump wins,
yeah, if Trump wins, everybody else will get the lower taxes, but you still have to pay the higher one.
why is that?
I don't know, because you don't support his policies. You support, well, first of all, Jill Stein won't ever be able to do anything because she's not going to win.
Sure, but if you think about this, you should look at me you're a Trumpster. You should look at me as an ally because my vote for
She is helping Trump.
Yes.
I understand that.
So
part.
come on.
But why not vote for Trump? Why not make Trump win California?
Good
Wouldn't
point.
that be a
Good,
statement?
yeah. Good
Because
point.
people don't like what's going on here. A lot of people still vote the same way. But making a statement by, even if Trump loses California, but he loses by a tenth of a percent or 1 percentage point, that's still a huge statement.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. After watching Jill Stein and her impassioned, and also Butch Ware, which is her running mate,
Right.
I love him. I mean, look, I'm also an academic. I grew up, spent my whole career at the university level. So to me,
Oh, that's the problem.
I love PhDs and
Piled higher and deeper.
So Jill Stein and Butch Ware they're both professors, both PhDs.
Oh, it's like Kamala's parents.
Kamala is
They're both professors.
Kamala is something else.
They're Marxists.
But if you want to say she kissed her way all the way up, pretty amazing.
The problem is she doesn't even look intelligent. She really doesn't.
But looks aren't everything, Joseph.
I'm talking about the words that come out of her mouth.
Okay, well that's
Most
different.
people would probably
So
look
she
at her.
doesn't sound
Yeah.
intelligent.
Most people,
That's different.
and the people on the left are guilty of this. They say, look at that picture of her. She's beautiful. You're looking at her looks. That doesn't make
Well,
anything
and
better in
and I don't
government.
think she's beautiful in my
I
opinion.
don't think
I
so either.
mean,
I think she just has a lot of makeup on. But I mean, I wouldn't say she's a doggo. But either way, that doesn't help us in government. If
are
she
you
puts,
older than her?
I don't know. I don't know how old she is.
How old are you?
58.
You're about the same, right around the same
Same
age.
age.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think she's 59 or something.
No.
I'm 47.
And you look like you're 59.
Okay, so tell us about comedy, Joseph. What have you been doing on the scene lately?
Nothing. I've been doing shows where the pay hasn't been good.
Okay, so what are you gonna do about that?
I'm gonna tell the guy that hasn't been paying me to pay me more.
I mean, that's one thing you can
No,
do.
I know. And I'm not gonna blame the guy running the show or any of the shows. The economy is a little iffy right now, and a lot of people aren't showing up to shows.
Okay, so you have your own video, like portfolio that you're sending out. Do you need to?
Somebody has one of my videos, and then they're keeping them from me. Um, but no, I've been getting booked, so you know.
Where's your favorite place to be booked at?
I don't know. Hawaii was really nice, but those kind of dried up around COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, I may be going back. You never know. I love performing locals. I don't have to drive far. I like the road trips. Anywhere I get booked, I really like. I don't think there's ever been one where I said, I hate this place. Even if attendance is light, sometimes a light audience is better than a packed house. I don't know if you noticed that. I know you prefer to have a packed house as a promoter. You want as many people there as possible because it makes a good reflection on you. But that doesn't say the audience is all there for you or with you.
I'm listening.
Oh,
I'm just trying to see
you're
if
listening.
someone may have texted me.
You know, so this, I want to talk more about the politics.
Let's go.
So I don't know if you saw the ball game, the World Series. And we had, I'm a Yankees fan, of course.
Why?
I'm from New York, and I've been with the Yankees all along. And they're a respectable team, even though they kind of screwed up in the World Series. But they played against the Dodgers, and
Bring this lower so this mic is right in your mouth.
okay.
Just bring it lower, right there.
So we got the Dodgers actually won. I'm hoping that's a good omen for Steve Garvey.
Who's Steve Garvey?
You don't know who he is. So he's like a long
I
time
know
Dodger.
Marcus Garvey.
He's like a long time, goes back to the Dodgers like 100 years ago. I don't know how many years ago, but he's now running for Senate.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So and he's running against like the hugest piece of shit imaginable running is Adam Schiff. So you basically
He's not a bad guy, is he?
Yes, he is. You got basically Dodger versus a criminal.
Do you think that if Donald Trump becomes president, Adam Schiff is going to prison?
That's hard to say. I mean, it's possible. I mean, he did commit crimes in front of Congress.
So, what do you think about what Donald Trump recently said yesterday about Liz Cheney, about having her put in front of a shooting squad and executed?
It's possible. I mean, there's if he follows the laws, I mean, there is provisions for that. I mean, it's going after somebody that was in government like that is kind of very difficult.
I think here's the fear. Everyone is afraid that if Donald Trump becomes president,
Right, and there's some things he could do and he can't
he is going to clean house, meaning he's going to go after his political enemies, have them jailed or killed.
You got to remember those political enemies are also turning against the country. When you're looking at treason or sedition, those are very serious things, and there are punishments for those. So, I mean, he's not going to be like a Hitler, like he's being accused of. He's going to be following what the laws are. And if those people did those things, they do deserve punishment, whatever the punishment is. You're looking at me like, oh, no. But you know what? You go back to every problem, and I still believe Trump won in 2020. I still believe the 2022 red wave was foiled, and those both happened by election fraud. And if those are the cases, people that are rigging the elections and there's no accountability will keep doing it. And that's going to be the same thing with the COVID scam. And I know you don't buy into it, the Dr. Fauci profiting off of all of that stuff. If there's no punishment, people are going to keep doing that stuff. You look, you
If
look like
if
you
you
look
had
like,
Dr. Fauci right here, what would you ask him?
how much money did he make off of the COVID?
And what if he told you he didn't really make any money?
He actually did, but it's known that he has.
What if he tells you that he
Well,
did?
you'll know he's lying. I mean, it's government, so lie is the first thing that comes out of their mouth. It's kind of like the news media.
Is there any love for Dr. Fauci that you have? Did you ever in any moment?
No, and I didn't follow all his nonsense either.
I mean, he's from New York. He
So,
kind of talks like you. He's like
so,
an older version of you.
so, a richer version, where he made his money. He made his money illegally.
I mean, are we going to just forget about all of his life dedication to science?
Or dedication to destruction of people's lives.
How so? Come on in. Come on in.
See, we are out of
You're-
time.
Someone else is here? Yeah, someone else is here. Perfect. No problem. I was waiting for them to come. Oh, you? Okay, yeah. I'll send them right up. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I'm going to close it up right now. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, we'll close up right now.
All right, all right. You know what? I feel like you and Dr. Fauci need a hug.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm going to give you the last minute to say something. This is where I'm going to try to get this out before Election Day. What message do you have for Fresno, for California, for the United States and the world, Joseph?
Get out and vote. It's important you do that. Even if you don't vote for the candidate I choose, you still need to exercise your right. You should be informed when you vote. Keep in mind, remember the word no when you're looking at the propositions, because most of those things are evil. Most of those things have been put on the legislature because they don't want, or put on the ballot by the legislature because they don't want the blame for what's in them. And we want to thank you for listening to our podcast, all three of our viewers.
Guys, I'm going to just say this. If you're going to vote for stupid shit, please don't vote at all. Only if you have good intentions for your votes, do it. And be sure to get it in before the deadline. And I want to thank Joseph, comedian here, for his honest opinions. And hopefully our country is going to be okay in the next years to come.
Amen?
Amen, amen.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I was allowed to say that.
Thank you for coming out and watching another episode of the Unwanted Comedian Podcast. Wait, I said it wrong. The Unwanted Comedians Podcast. This has been this has been another episode with Smiley G and
Joseph R. Simon.
catch you later.